Good morning. I guess I'm a little bit early today. I was looking at the clock and it's lopsided, so it made me think it was 9 o'clock. I'll start slowly and warm up. Gonna do the same old routine. Gonna start walking, we're gonna shake our hands, stretch some of these muscles that we haven't used for a while. I'm hoping that while I was gone, maybe some of you didn't know I was gone, that you did some walking on your own. Let's just stretch a little bit, warm these muscles up. And back to walking. We're going to stand tall. We're going to keep our chin up. We're going to have water and a chair if we need it for balance. We're going to breathe in and out throughout. Try not to hold our breath. I'm speaking we, an hour. I hope that doesn't bother you. Sometimes it sounds a little bit odd to me. Okay, let's do some low kicks. Get that body warmed up. We're not doing anything major yet. Save that for a couple minutes from now. Good 2 or 3 minute warm up, maybe 4 or 5 even. Warming up is never bad. And walk. As we go through these exercises, these walking routines, if there's something you can't do, always go back to walking. Keep your feet moving. Let's go sideways. As I've said many times before, our body is used to walking forward. And when we make it change direction, when we have it go sideways or backwards, our brain has to work a little bit more, a little bit harder. So that's a good thing. We're not only working our body, but we're working our mind as well. Back to walking. Keeping my hands below my heart, walking just a little bit faster, not much. Now let's do some knee lifts. Not very high. Just to get that blood pumping throughout. I was fortunate. I spent a week in Arizona, and every day I was able to get up and walk in the mornings. Perfect, just perfect. I can't wait. Maybe another month I'll be able to do that around here. It's kind of depressing when I got up this morning to the rain and the cold, but I knew I was going to be able to walk in here, and that was a bonus. Okay, let's go down and up, down and up. Not taking our hands very high. Breathing in, breathing out. It's very easy to get my 10,000 steps in out there, especially on the golf course. I spent some time on the golf course. Notice I didn't say I golfed because I don't think that's what I would call it or anyone would call it. Back to walking. Now let's go back, back. Not kicking my legs up, my feet up too far behind me. Just a nice little lift there. don't know if you've thought about an exercise routine. something that you would do perhaps on a daily basis, maybe a weekly basis is a better way to plan an exercise routine. But if you do have an exercise routine, it should have 4 things in it, 4 focus points. One of them is endurance, another is strength, another is balance, and another is stretching. So you might focus on one a little bit more than the others on any given day, but you should incorporate all 4 of those in your exercise routine. Kick, kick. Low kicks right now. Taking my hands up just a little bit. Warming up is one of the most important things we can do for any exercise routine. I should practice what I preach. I would get up in the morning and I would just start walking. I would start slowly and then I would speed up, but I didn't warm up as I should have. And now I'm telling you that's what you should do. When you warm up, get your muscles ready to work. When you cool down, it's allowing your muscles to rest. Let's go back to walking. So warming up, cooling down, very, very important. By doing that, you will probably help prevent muscle injury and relieve soreness. You won't have it. Let's go sideways, moving those arms. Try to speed up a little bit here. Someone suggested that maybe I could wear earbuds with music, but I'm afraid if I was listening to music, I'd probably start singing and not chatting, which I think listening to me is better than listening to me sing. Okay, back to walking. And side, side. One thing that I'm doing in this class a little bit is working on your endurance. We try to make it a 30-minute class. Some of you maybe weren't able or aren't able to do the 30 minutes yet. Have to remember, today is where you are starting. So some of you have just tuned in. You may not be able to go the full 30 minutes. You start where you are and work up to it. For those of us who are doing the 30 minutes already, what we have to do is add to that. And we can walk longer. We can add an extra 1,000 steps. And then we achieve that with no problem, another 1,000 steps. But another way to improve our endurance is to change the terrain. Now, unfortunately, I can't do that here. In my walking class this summer, I'll be walking at Lakeshore Park. Most of the time, we may do Red Brook. Kick, 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 kick. But we're going up hills. We're doing steps. We will be adding maybe a few minutes, but maybe a little bit, different terrain. It's the best word to use. And that will improve our walking workouts. We get kind of stagnant if we do this for 30 minutes all the time. It's a good thing to do if you can't do anything else, but you can always try to improve that. And walk, walk, walk. Another thing we can do to this, to work on strength, is to use the weights. And I probably will incorporate them today. And if you want to use the weights, if you're ready, I have a little 2-pound weights there that I'm using. And let's go over, 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 over. We want to work on balance. We could do this and not put our foot down. Doesn't seem like much, but it is a balance exercise. If you can't do this, then just keep your foot on the floor. Notice we're also incorporating stretching in this as well. Endurance, strength, balance, and stretching. And walk, walk, walk. Down, up to our ears. If we incorporate those 4 areas, those 4 focal points in our exercise routine, we should see a big difference. Our body should feel better. We should sleep better. Our moods will be better. We'll be able to get in and out of the car better. Up and down on the floor a little bit better. We should be able to realize we have less pain. Speed up a little bit more. If we're going someplace special, toes down to heels. It's not a run. Okay, still march. So let's march a little bit higher. Back to nice brisk walk. If it's a brisk walk, it's kind of moderate exercise. You should be able to talk without any problem. When it's a vigorous exercise, then talking is a lot more difficult. Okay, march. Yesterday, we left for the airport 6:30, Arizona time, 3 hours difference. Got to the airport at 7. Everything went very, very well. Got on the plane, supposed to leave at 10 to 9. Let's do heels. Move those hands up. And we went down the runway and stopped. Sat there for a little while, and they said, we have a technical issue that we are not able to correct here. So we're going back to the gate. So we went back to the gate, and within a couple minutes, that was fixed. So we said, yay! Then they said, but our staff, our crew, will now be over their allotted hours out. So they said, we'll have to get a new flight crew. You'll leave at 1 o'clock. Arizona time, which would be 4 o'clock here. We were supposed to get here at 3:35. So we weren't even going to leave until after we should have been here. So I walked the airport, and there was so much traffic coming and going. It wasn't as pleasant as being outside. But we were home by 10:30 last night. So things didn't go, let's go out. And those toes, a little bit sides and in front. And then, it took me a while to get on Arizona time. I was on Arizona time, and 3 o'clock I'm still awake, which isn't a real good thing. And then I thought, oh, I'll never wake up in the morning. So I didn't sleep last night. Walk. So if I seem a little bit out of it today, that could be part of the reason. Let's do toes. Breathe out. Okay, let's do toes. Sorry, we were doing heels before. Couple more, and then we're going to do heels and toes. Heels, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Heel, toe, couple more. And back to walking. Down and up. I'm over my head now. Getting that heart rate up, we want to keep it there. If you have the time today, tune in at noon and watch our lunch and learn. A lot of times we try to have doctors, specialists chat with you. Well, this time you get Julie and you get me. And hopefully you trust us enough to give you an example, a couple examples of how to make some nutritious foods. We'll be doing that at 12. It says 12 to 1. I don't think it's going to take nearly that long because when I make food, I don't want it to be an all-day preparation. Side. I could probably talk for that long, but none of you want to hear it. But tune in. We'll show you how easy these things are to make. We'll provide the recipe. We'll give you some nutrition facts on why these might be good for you. And hopefully you'll tune in again. We're going to make this a monthly or bi-monthly program. It probably won't always be a lunch and learn. Let's go forward. Probably notice I have chairs behind me and a mat, and that is a foreshadow of events to come. Again, I just got back this morning and haven't talked to anyone for specifics, but we will be starting our classes, hopefully April. I know many of you are home and you want to get back here. You want these classes to be part of your weekly schedule. So, once we know the specifics, we'll have them posted, and you can call and find out. I don't know if we will continue these. I know I will start doing outside walking, hopefully in May. And down and up, down and up, down and up. Keep going. I'm going to grab my weights here. Down and up, down, up. Maybe I was so weak on the golf course because I haven't used these weights for several weeks. Feels good. Couple more. And back to walking. If you don't have weights, just go ahead. Lift your arms, keep your elbow in. And now we're going to march again. A slower march, higher knee. Try and use that waist a little bit. 4, 3, 2, 1, and walk, walk, walk. Breathe out. Here's where you're really going to feel that you want to keep those shoulders limber. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walking fast. Kind of going up on my toes, down on my heel, like I have a very important errand. Running for the ice cream truck. One thing I loved about Arizona, they had the farmers markets. We have to wait a while for that. Push, kick and push. Looking to make sure that's still on. I'm hoping it is. Heel, 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 heel. 4, 3, let's do toes, toes, toes. 4, 2, 1. Walk, walk, walk. Again, we're marching. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to put these down. See, our time's almost up, so we have to begin to slow down. I'm going to keep walking sideways. I'm not taking my hands above my heart. Again, if you want to lift that one foot, it's a little bit of a balance. couple more. Walk, walk, walk. Let's do some twists. Blow that air out. Notice you're keeping your chin up, you're looking ahead, not down at your feet. I'm making sure I focus on that red light right ahead of me. If I have my head down, I can't see it. If I have my head too high, I can't see it. Slowing down just a little bit, not raising my legs quite as high. Taking those deep breaths and letting them out. Walk, walk, walk. Back. Trusty old back kicks. It's warm in here. Four, 3, 2, 1. Walk, walk, walk. Shake those hands. Move those shoulders. Slow down to a nice steady pace here. Blow that air out. Low kicks. Let those muscles start to rest. Okay, do a couple side steps slowly. You should feel good. We did by about a mile and a half. I was a tad over 3,000 when we started. I'm at 6,400 now. I wonder if my mouth gives some of those steps to me. Back to the center. Low kicks. Okay, take a deep breath and reach for the sky. Up on your toes a little bit and then come down. And reach for the sky, reach for the sunlight. Maybe it'll come today. I haven't seen a forecast. And down. Let's turn, lean into that front knee. I'm not going to put it before the toe though. And then we're going to go back, stretch that calf. Ooh, feels good. Let's go back to the sky again. And down. And up. And down. Turn into that front. And then back. Let's bend. Knees. Shoulders back. Chin up. Come up. On your toes a little bit. And then down. Reach for the floor. Straighten your legs if you can. And then slowly come up. Shrug those shoulders. Thank you for joining me. It's great to be back. Remember, tune in at 12 today. And if you don't have that opportunity, then you can just go to Facebook Live, ACMC Facebook Live, Lunch and Learn, and you'll see us make some healthy recipes, and you can enjoy them also. Have a great day. See you next Monday.